if you have any question, please you can ask. So we'll start. So today we'll go through L2 learning outcome 2. Any question regarding last lesson, please, if you have. So during last lesson, we discuss about, uh, why we need to do the chain, and we discuss about, the blockbuster, why didn't chain, BHS British Home Store did not sustain. Primark is growing in the UK. We had a discussion about, Livens 3-step. I mentioned the website where we can say chain management and Kaplan, and I mentioned, different models. So today we'll look around, evaluate the impact of the change on the organizational behaviors. That is quite crucial. We need to understand the behaviors. We already had a discussion about an indicative content, what we're supposed to do, the chain and the impact of the organizational behaviors, the impact of the chain at the individual and the group organizational level, psychological impact of chain on people and implication of the chain. We can look around the team dynamic and how the people are led. We can look around their readiness to change, learning organization, the use of the system theory, and maybe the direct perspective to dealing with the chain, which we can, and the chain impact on analysis, which we look, the various, techniques which we can, and we look around the stakeholders impact on the chain. Anything you chain, please, always need to be keep in mind the stakeholders interest. So what is the chain? We had a discussion about the make someone or something different, alter or modify, replace, with else, especially something is the same kind, and where are the better or the substitute of the things, what the chain management is, the systematic approach of dealing with the transition, the which we can look around transformation of the organizational goal and the processes we can, and what is meant by organizational change is referred to the action at the company alter the major component of organization. Let's say, we are using new IT system, it can be changed. Okay, so that's, is quite crucial, which we can look around the organizational change, because one of the great scholars said either, yeah,
Have you started screen sharing?
yes,
I
you
can't
can't.
see your screen.
Oh, sorry. Can you see now?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Thanks for highlighting. Sorry.
No.
I was in shade. Okay, so we are looking what is meant by change. Change is mean the whatever the situation we are, we want to alter it. It's the change. Change management is a systematic approach to dealing with the transition of the transformation of organization goals and the purposes. So why change? One of the great scholars said either you're 80 and 20, if you stop learning, you old. So we have to carry on learning, carry on doing CPDs, carry on improving, because the knowledge, whatever we have, it can be become outdated. We need to look the world, what is happening, and we have to change our the way it used to be, because no, things are different. We are using technologies, our infrastructure, our processes need to change. So please, it's quite good videos to watch about change, which we mentioned in the last lesson as well. Hope you watch it, one of them, and now we're looking the change valuation. So then we have a model called Levins. Levins is one of the great authors. He gave the model is called three-step model of Levins chain. Unfreeze, whatever the situation we are, you have to make sure unfreeze chain. Yes, we used to recruit people traditionally advertising in the newspaper, but we want to change to online advertising for the job advert. Okay, then we can think about the recruitment. We used to be recruit more people by just, interviewing. What we doing now, we are asking people uh, uh, and the different assessment method we using and giving the psychometric test, for the chain, and we refreeze that, and which will carry on doing in future. So that is quite crucial, which we can do. through the model. Okay, then chain in the business model, we have the business process, re-engineering process, a model that focus on radically redesigning the business processes to achieve the dramatic improvement in the performance. Like we used to buy a lot of stock and we used to store, but we are using JIT, just in time. We only buy, we take the order, how many cars we need to manufacture from the people, then we assemble according to their requirement and we can send them. Lean in mean the reducing the waste, which is a Japanese approach. We need to be improve efficiency, reduce the cost in our processes. So lean is mean cutting the waste. A gale is the flexibility and the responsiveness, which is also the approach filtration and continuous improve, always looking down the project into the smaller part, think about the manageable and then feedback from each that help you. There is a blue ocean strategy, a model that involves the creating a new market demands rather than the competitive existing market. Blue ocean strategy involve identifying customer needs and developing innovative the product and services to meet the needs, often combine the existing ideas. Then we have a platform of business model. The model involve the building a digital platform, connect with the buyers and the seller and multiple side of the market platform. Subscription model, a model the charging customer recurring fees. Yes, so we can in say like gym, if you want monthly subscription, pay as you go whenever you come, give a money a day and you can use the gym. That can be a change. Quarter 8-step model, which is quite popular. We can look around 8 step. He's saying create agency of chain, build the coalitions with the stakeholders involved, then create a v and way why you're doing this change, communicate about the change with the stakeholders, empower others, give their role and responsibilities and give them budget and create the quick wins, build a chain and enhance embedded the chain process. That's producing, consolidating, and the short term. That is quite crucial, which we need to look around the chain. So we have 8 step of quarter model, and we said 3 step of model of chain by Levins. And now we're looking at core. What is meant by at core? If you want to change something, you have to be awareness of the market and the research and development about. You have to all the data leads to information, and information is the knowledge. Then desire need to be changed. You have a desire, you have a knowledge, you have ability, you have a reinforcement to implement. So EDCAR model is also very popular to look around. Enabler zone and engagement zone, engagement with the stakeholders and the information and the knowledge and awareness will be enable you to make the change. Then we have a bridge transitions model, which is given the model is focused on managing the personal and emotional impact of the change. We can look around the uncertainty. People are thinking, come on, or we want to create the excitement, anticipation. We don't need to be reduced. We need a clear message written why we're doing, because we reducing the people because we can't sustain it, our cost is high and we making some people redundant. The business will be sustainable for future. That's the purpose, but we'll pay salaries, or we are reducing the number of hours due to the COVID-19, and we have to change transitional zone. We can look around the resistance. Some people maybe do the commitment, accomplish high energy, and you bring in so relief unsure. So we can look around the skepticism and exploration. We need to be the people are think negatively, yes, but we need to be make sure they think positive. We have a McKinsey 7S approach, which is one of the great scholar. Is McKinsey Institute is very popular in US. So McKinsey consultant and McKinsey gave the 7S approach, which is need to be, if you want to change something, you have to think about the organization structures, system, the style of leadership, the staff, the skills required, and the strategy. There are two approaches of hard and soft HR. Uh, hard is mean the human being is not most important asset. Building plant, machinery, innovation, technology is most important. Soft approach is mean the human being is the most important asset. Their skill, their style, leadership. So these come under the soft approach. Soft and the hard. Soft and the hard approach can be used. Any question?
No, sir.
So we can look around. Sometimes the behaviors of the people we need to understand. The resistant to change because implied they don't want to change it. They think, come on, why the organization is doing the change? What is the purpose of the change? So we need to communicate. Communication is very important. It's mean two ways. You involve, reduce the anxiety and the negativities, collaboration, the change which we need to be collaborate, with the new ways. Because the problem is sometimes we change things because we have a mindset is autocratic and we not involve all the stakeholders. So learning and development, the change is initiative can be provide the opportunity to employees, which we can look around. We have to think about the cultures of the change. We need to be change the culture, the behavior, the way we do the things, leadership style. Leaders play the key role. Leaders mean anyone who has the power to influence on others. We can motivate employees, communicate, and the leader style is very important as well to meet the requirement of the stakeholders. Okay, the impact of the change can be huge impact on the individual level, the group level, and the organization. Less job security can lead to the anxiety. Learning new skills can lead to increase the job satisfaction. Resistant to change is the negative attitudes can be group increase, which we can look around the collaboration and the teamwork. Conflict between the employees and efficiency decrease productivity. So organizational, which we can look around change in the organization cultures and the values, improve organization performance through implement of change and the new processes technique resistant to change from the certain departments and delays. A psychological impact on the change on the people and the implication of change. The change can have a significant psychological impact on the people, and here are some example of psychological uncertainty. Mean anything you can't control, anxiety, the things are not clear, people are anxiety, have uncertainty, anxiety, individual who may be unsure what the change means, what the change will bring, and the feeling and the stress implications, which we can look around these organization can help to reduce uncertainties in, so which we can look around the loss of control and implications. Okay, fear of unknown, because the change bring about the fears about the people say what their future is very uncertain, and we because the thing people will be removed from the technology, and implication of organization can help alleviate the fears unknown by providing the training resources, engaging them psychological impact. Okay, resistant, the change also result of the resistance from the individual who may not be agrees. We want, the particular in an implication of the change can bring, the positive impact and the negative impact, but we have to engage and the psychologically with the employees. Okay, then we can look around the chain communication breakdown into teams. Impact on the team dynamic can be because maybe we are looking different teams in the organization perspective. Implication, the leaders can mitigate the communication breakdown to providing clear communication. We can think about 7 C's: complete message, concise message, consideration, clear, that's which we can use the 7 C's of communication. Resistant and conflict, we need to be conflict need to be reduced. Communication need to, sorry, communication need to be clear, and that's help to reduce the conflict. Okay, trust and engagement. Trust is most important asset in any. So we people trust between. So that's like in this culture, especially in the UK or developed country, they like employees and they imply more trust. We trust on the employees. They are working toward the benefit of the organization. When the organization earn more profit, they should be rewarded as the their dividends or the pension. We carry on monitoring leadership style, which we just mentioned earlier. That is very transactional, transformational, autocratic, democratic, in different situation. Leadership style implication, the leader can adopt their leadership style accordingly. Effective leaders help, mitigate the negative impact on the organization performance. So please, if you have any question, you can stop and ask. Okay, so the influence of the position and the perception of drawing the views, that is very important. We want to make sure positive views, position within the organization can influence views, perception about the things which need to be positive, changing the perception of individual positive attitudes. Attitudes is a little thing, but make then it's a repetition. Culture mean the norms, value, the organization structure, communication. There is a clear chain of command, who's saying it, when saying it, the letter need to be published, suggestion box need to be in our organization that help to improve the chain. Okay, so implement of the chain, the learning organization one has the cultures, continuous learning, encourage the innovation and experimentation the people do, and they have a freedom to speak, promote the culture, continuous learning. Yes, never. So you did ran the CPD session, coaching, mentoring, continuous professional development, or sending the people on training, encourage open communication. Yes, we do open and close communication with the stakeholders. The stake have a right to speak. Don't take the negative, and the revenge again the implies create a culture in the organization where people can speak freely their views. Okay, build a stronger relationship with the stakeholders. Stakeholders mean anyone who has any interest with the employer, with the suppliers, with the HMRC, with the local government, with the continuous, so that is very important. The use of the system theory is the theoretical framework which we use to understand the interconnected various elements in the system of leadership and approach, focus on continuous improvement, proactive plans, and implement the chain, which is quite crucial, using the three approaches together, helping project, plan, proactive, the chain by understanding the interconnective, and these, help, the system leadership is all. You have to draw a system SOP, standard operating procedures. For example, our organization want to implement the new technology system in the organization. You have to think about the continuous improvement models. You can guide your stakeholders, what are the benefits, and you train your employees, how they use the new technology. May they minimize the impact of the change. Impact should be positive. Communication is very important. Training and support, on the job, off the job training implies involvement in their decision making, provide the opportunities and the feedback, and the feedback is the feed forward system. Chain management, effective chain management help to minimize the negative impact. Recognition and reward system need to be designed accordingly, like giving salaries, giving bonus, giving pension, giving performance related pay. Different perspective of dealing with the chain, planned approach, which is we can involve in structured systematic implement chain. And this approach can assume to be typically situation where we need to be think about the market share, think about the immigrant approach, which we discussed yesterday lesson as well, is a flexibilities approach, where we can look around flexible approach in different situation in different countries. Other perspective dealing with the chain, it can be top down perspective from the top levels to the low level that implies the orders come. Bottom up is approach is mean looking the what the employee think about. Human is, what impact will be on the human, their stress levels and all. Cultural perspective, think globally, act locally according to the local culture, any chain, any rules, regulations you want to change, or the practices you want to change. Then we have a chain impact of and honored, which we can look on the chain impact, technique is used to identify the potential and the proposed direct impacts. We can think about in this approach what we have, is it we change the system new, it's the profit is went up directly of that. Indirect, the goodwill of the company is increased. Interactive, impact, the level of refer to the effect of the change of the system. And ripple effect, it can be multiple effect, culture, value, stakeholders perception, that's also. Okay, then please, we have again the videos change of impact. We could to watch in your time. Impact analysis, process mapping, always do the mapping, what processes, again, the key performance indicator, risk assessment. We can think about the risk high, low, medium, stakeholder analysis, who is the most powerful, have the direct impact gap. Where is the gap about our thinking and the stakeholders thinking and how we can address through the proper communication. And stakeholders mean anyone who has any interest, help identify the stakeholders who are affected by the change, provide the framework, engaging with the stakeholders. Yes, target communication strategy help to build the support, minimize the resistance to change, enhance overall success. Application of the Burke Levins model make change process. That's which we need to be think about the system, procedures, feedback, culture, organization, and we need these are all interconnected, the elements which can't be eliminated. So you have to engage with, you have a vision, missions, value of the organization, understand the organization purposes, understand the external environment, understand the legislation. That's which we can analyze the internal environment within the company micro level. We can think about the macro level, we develop the change strategy and we implement the change. Okay, then the book and various other Levins. So it's an important model is the Levins three-step model. We can think about the quarter A-step model. We can think about the chain in terms of the honor model, and we can think about the leadership style, and we can think about the culture. So I mentioned in yesterday lesson chain management and Kaplan. So please, it's quite good to you've been given the books, background reading and watch the videos. So please, it's quite good to change. Yes, so that's the Kaplan. Please, it's quite good to look around the Kaplan and the impact of the strategic change on organizational and organization performance. So that's which we can look around. Yes, why we need to be. We do the analysis. We can look around environmental change. Yeah, so please, that can be. And there are a lot of examples and the systems and 7S approaches and the goal negotiation, how we can do with the stakeholder. Anybody, any questions? Yes, yes, no, no. Hello.
No, sir.
Okay, so we'll keep up to here. In the next lesson, we'll look LO3. So please, if you go through these models, write down the steps, those involved in these, and think about how we can imply it to businesses. Yeah. And in the next lesson, we'll go through LO3, and then of course, we'll do the assignment discussion next week as well. Okay, thanks for attending and hope I will speak you. Have a lovely weekend.